Mike Lindell falls apart like an overpriced pillow made by a lunatic that borrowed Rudy Giuliani's hair dye for his mustache after finding out millions of his peers are deciding not to vote and that the Supreme Court has rejected his appeal.
Maybe you could, come clean and tell everything and start telling the truth, and you could be the sailing New York Times.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said it was the New York's time, and Mike Lindell took one look at that steak sandwich and thought, I can up-stupid you with sailing New York time. Maybe sailing New York time is what Mike will call the sinking boat he ends up living on after his company goes under. It is pouring MAGA tears. MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell continues to battle himself, technology, and reality while making lawyers rich and peddling Egyptian cotton. I check in with the latest on Marjorie Taylor Greene's helicopter hog hunt from MTG and Alex in the Bunker, plus the latest and stupid from Dim Jr., Trump rallies, and more. The guy who uses more keys than a janitor but never opens a door tweeted,
Hey, hashtag stand with Ukraine, folks. You know how to really hurt Putin? Open up American energy again. It's so obvious, but I guess that and then the good paying jobs associated with it is a bridge too far for you morons. Hey, virtue signaling while doing noting is great too.
Naturally, I replied, Hey, cap teeth budget wannabe outdoorsy Scarface. We already know that you think doing noting is great since your main energy production is your rolled up note in the nose playtime with Kimberly. Mike Lindell looks like he's out on a set built for Don Jr. to pretend to be all outdoorsy.
You were the top story. You were the top story on Yahoo today. And here's the headline. Supreme Court turns back effort by MyPillow CEO Lindell to toss $1.3 billion defamation suit. If you guys want to show that. That was the headline today.
Right. Yeah, why don't you show that up there?
Why don't you guys come plug me in so I can show that? I thought we were plugged in.
Okay, why don't we just go and talk to them?
Yes, the Supreme Court has declined to hear a bid by Mike Lindell to escape a defamation, or as he repeatedly says, defamation lawsuit over his unfounded claims that voting machines rigged the 2020 presidential election. Dominion has alleged that Bargain Bin Burt Reynolds, and they do call him that in the legal filings, knew there was no evidence substantiating his claims, but engaged in a defamatory marketing campaign because the publicity increased MyPillow sales.
Well, folks, I'm a loser with a major wart. I was snorting, and then, their Donald Trump Jr. doesn't get to go there. Ivanka. Of course, I was robbed, and then other siblings were like, no, dude, he's 100% robbed. This is going on in our immediate family. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, in all of his training, had never seen bumps like the kind that I got from Kimberly, and I don't know where she went to or what she was doing, but they are severe, folks. I don't know what we are going to do because this is really jeopardizing my chances of getting in bed with my sister.
We have a new survey out that shows that 25 million Christians may not vote. 25 million self-described Christians may not vote in this election.
25 million Christians will not vote. Oh, sorry. Now they're self-described Christians. Anyhow, how do we get this number higher?
Yeah, that's a poll there that I'm praying that's not true.
I'm praying that's not true. You're praying that the article about people who will pray instead of voting isn't true when you told them their vote doesn't matter because it's all rigged. Fantastic.
Like, be cool. We won't involve Giuliani, the Boberts, or Herschel Walker, or two donkeys, etc., etc. Where's it coming from? Why don't we train Guilfoyle to avoid sores? My knob is bumpy bad. Like, we're gonna lose a major wart here, folks.
Everybody, if you're a pastor out there,
For a guy that flops a cross out for the cameras and talks about church 24/7, you'd think he'd figured out the difference between a pastor and a pasture.
I just went to church this last Sunday.
Was it on a plot of land used for grazing, steak sandwiches? Here's the latest parade of supporters outside Mar-a-Lardo to welcome Diaper Don back to his classified documents garage sale. That is the most confused sign ever. Honk, show Trump, show love. These are the people who want to burn books. Hashtag death penalty. I really don't think she understands how hashtags work, and she should be more specific when making such signs. I love this one because you can see this fella in a bucket hat struggled to spell fraud as it's been written over a few times. F-R-O-D, F-R-A-W-D. Look at this lady in the fishing net like she was just dragged out of the sea. Is this releasing the Kraken? Throw this one back. Oh wow, we have a cute Karen and Ken tag team. Oh, and that shirt. I guess he's just always ready for a wank. And look at this guy standing on a publicly funded road with a socialism sucks sign. Okay, so the queue goes under attack. We're talking Die Hard style. Choose your fighter. Is it going to be confused sign lady, hashtag death penalty, bucket hat bad speller, catch of the day, Q Karen tag team, Trump face shirt, or socialism sucks guy? Let me know in the comments. Now Lindell has one of his payroll computer experts on to discuss the stolen election, and he's talking about the importance of backups to a guy that runs 5 companies off a phone and rarely does them.
Any responsible computer center operation knows that you have to make daily backups. Would you put your money in a bank that didn't back up their computer every night to know what the balance in every account was? Of course not. So just making frequent backups, and I'm sure that your IT department has made a backup of your phone. I hope it was recent.
Let me tell you. Now I do my phone. My IT doesn't do that backup. It's set for an automated thing, and the last time it was backed up was probably about over a week ago, because I'm always on the road and it's got to be connected to the internet and all this other stuff. But the bottom line is yeah, you would have a backup. Now, had I known the FBI was coming to take my phone, I would have done a backup. You're right.
But Mike, you're
gotta be connected to the internet. What, you only have internet in the office? Millionaire can't use 5G? This guy's just blaming others while professing his own stupidity.
But they brag because now it's at $6, $7, $8, and then it came down a little.
If you want to see how favorable Newsmax is to QAnon, they just panned over to give reactions from the guy Q believes is JFK Jr. And why does Q believe this guy named Vincent, a Pittsburgh salesman, is JFK Jr.? Because he told them, I'm JFK Jr., and that was enough for them. We're good.
And he put up there, and you know what? You can take your little Johnson thing and throw it right out the window, the Johnson laws. Just go up there and tell people to vote. They know what they need to do.
Well, that's as direct as it gets. Forget the Johnson law. For those not aware, the Johnson Amendment prohibits all 501c3 nonprofit organizations from endorsing or opposing political candidates. This includes charitable foundations, universities, and churches. Donald Trump did vow at the National Prayer Breakfast to totally destroy the Johnson Amendment, and he never did. Efforts to repeal the Johnson Amendment have been criticized. One concern is that political campaign contributions funneled through such organizations would be tax deductible for donors, and that such contributions would not be disclosed since churches are exempt from reporting requirements required of other 501c3 organizations.
They need to vote and to get out there and vote. This is the most important midterm election in world history, not in United States history.
Does Tom Selleck's slow cousin think that every country has midterm elections? This is like the Super Bowl being a world championship. Amazing! We beat Japan at football!
They're going to cheat. When I say they, remember, it's the CCP, the Uniparty, the deep state, the globalists, and you could throw in the Democrat Party right there because they're happy to be where they're at.
You're complaining about millions of Christians not voting when you're telling them that these nefarious entities and organizations rig the elections. Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie again. Good dude. I have been in and out because of this whole court nonsense with a totally biased judge who is out to get me for taking my truth to the next level. So it is good to be back here for a bit of me time with MTG. I gotta be honest, things took a turn this week when MTG announced a contest to go helicopter hunting. At first, I was pretty excited. I thought it meant MTG was gonna RPG some fake news choppers, and then she made it even weirder, saying it's wild hog hunting. That was a lot to process. It had me like upside down and sideways because wild hog hunting is a date night game we play down here. She will go full Dog the Bounty Hunter. She even puts in a little feather earring and wears a leather vest she was gifted from Ted Cruz. I think it's made from like a moose or a beaver or something from his hometown. It is wild. I will get on a jet black Speedo and she chases me around the bunker with a bit of rope and a taser. It's terrifying. I'm pretty good at escaping though, because I will place mirrors in a few locations and she will get totally confused and try to hog rope herself. But half the fun is actually getting caught. Once MTG has me secured, she will baste me with margarine, and we do this wild spit roast sort of deal that Mitch McConnell has been begging me to bring to his party. It is savage stuff. Now I'm all for her rigged helicopter hunting ride publicity stunt, and I will play her bunker boy wild hog games. But our laminate floor and my brain needs protection from her basket of ginger root looking toes secured to her FDA unapproved sausage blowout soles, those Sarlacc pit heels with an overall hammered span cam vibe that makes Freddy Krueger look like an Oil of Olay advertisement. What is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on.
I bet you just love gender reveal parties. That's your liberal Christmas.
MAGA tears.
Every one of his subscribers is like Dementia Joe.
MAGA tears.
Don Jr. is a good kid. Don't see why you think it's okay to talk badly of him.
MAGA tears.
Too bad you can't grow hair, Pinky.
MAGA tears.
Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by sharing this video or posting it on your social media. It'll cost you nothing and makes a huge difference for me. If you can afford to, please hit the super thanks button or tip me via PayPal, and be sure to check out my mugs and stickers that go great with those MAGA tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries. I've supported Jim Jefferies on 5 of his tours. I have 3 albums on Spotify and Apple Music. Be sure to check them out. Life's short. Be cool, be kind, take care.